Well, hello everybody. I just woke up from a nap. Oof. It's been 5 weeks since I've been ill. 5 weeks of pains and whatnots. I don't even know if chat can see me. Chat. Well, we're up. Today we're going to play some Cyberpunk. Chat has been hidden. Sorry for the creepy blare. But I just woke up, chat, and I've got a lot of talking about to do. I'm going to talk about a particular game that you see, that you've been seeing me been playing, and I hope you guys enjoyed the playthrough. Otherwise, I'm just gonna delete it and be like, fuck this game. It's a shame my wife could not be in the stream. Oh well. Her loss. Got a hole in my head. The reason why I'm pulling funny faces, chat, is, you know, when you're a glasses user and you take off your glasses after a very long time and you just stare at things and be like, what? That's me right now. Got a huge hole in my head. That's pretty much very scary to see that. Alright, now I can see things. Wow. So, there's not much to say about Cyberpunk 2077. All I can say is that I've never played a CD Projekt Red game before in my life. I've never touched any of them, any of the games of Witcher, you know, like Witcher and all those others and things like that. So I must say, going in Cyberpunk 2077, blind as a bat, not realizing who, what, where, when, and why. Um, what the law is all about and whatnots is yawning is pretty cool actually. I don't know about you, but this game is very action packed and dramatic and very interesting. Um, like storyline stuff and things like that. Meeting certain characters and how they're feeling about them and all that. Then comes the smart kind of relationship features in the game, where if you make certain choices, they will remember that. And basically, if you make a move and say to the one character that you agree with everything, they'll remember that and they'll talk to you more in the game. But if you make a move and make a wrong move and say something bad to one character, they will not talk to you for like that. I kind of like the whole smart talking feature in a video game. Like, if you was to go up to a guy and then you've completely gone wrong with this guy, they will obviously fight you for it. They'll obviously hate you for it. They'll obviously, be all that kind of stuff. But yeah. But if you're going to go up to a guy or a girl in the game, and then you've done all the good choices to them, you've helped them out a lot, then they'll be like, "I'll help you out, and let's hang out and let's do all sorts of stuff." Now the gameplay itself is wide open, like open world. Um, if you ask me, I think this the map of the game is almost the size of half the size of GTA 5 map. Certain sections in the map you have to go. You either get unlocked by yourself, or you basically have to progress through the game. Progress through the game, and then play. I made the mistake of going through the map myself and finding all the goodies first, and then realizing that it's been a year since the game came out, and most of the weapons and accessories and suit and clothing and all that is pretty much kind of not there anymore because it's all nerfed and everything. Um, there are a lot of hit and miss kind of moments when you're playing the game for the first time. Like, if I were you, I would not spoil yourself, but watch or read somewhere of the things that you could miss. Because, for example, when I started Cyberpunk 2077, the heist or something like that. I've forgotten the mission name. I didn't realize that you could go up certain stairs, and thus when you went up those stairs, you could go collect a sword, the Satori sword that Arasaka had, and I missed that, and now that opportunity is closed for me to get that sword again. And apparently that sword is so OP that to get that sword again you have to break the game to get it. I don't like that whatsoever. I don't like it when you miss things. You know, there's no option to go back. There should be like a platform or like a lift or something like that or somewhere just to go back. You know, go back and kill those people and get the remaining XP or something. And if you've missed anything, or if you ask me, I think if you missed things on certain levels in the past during your playthrough, I think Cyberpunk 2077 should have like sub bosses or like sub bosses for them kind of areas. Sub bosses meaning like cyber psychos, certain cyber psychos that have gone rogue or something. Now here's the best part of this kind of feature is that when you do progress through the certain levels and then you miss things. And then the game should literally, like make the game intelligent. The NPCs, the bad guys, intelligent even more. That when you go back to that certain area, they will have like shards or like things like that, telling the bad news that the certain bad guy has died, and basically this is the guy who you need to capture, and this is who's died, and all that, which brings off a huge kind of new twist to the whole relationship things and all that. So the game is definitely like a hit and miss, and you miss it. And basically, don't make the wrong choices. If you make the wrong choices, and if you do something that's bad, then you won't be able to play with that character anymore. I have to hand it to CD Projekt Red. That game, the people who made that game, are really, really genius. Like thinking that these guys will, if you press this and if you press that, then they'll remember that. I have to, like that is a freaking cool kind of like feature in the game. The story is amazing. Like the only downside of the story is that once you start a story and you really need to take a break, there is no feelings, if you ask me. There is no perfect pause moments right there. Basically, you won't be able to feel that this is a good time to pause and then go take a break for a while. You have to progress further and then finish whatever you've done to get yourself a pause thingy. During those story moments. Now the gameplay and everything itself. At first I found the controls very, very confusing and very, 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 very confusing and very, very, Will you stop revving your fucking bike outside, fucker? I'm trying to do a fucking stream. Anyways. And then I discovered that this guy had the best controls, and then I copy-pasted his controls onto my controls, and then I was like, whoa, this makes the game really much better now. I'm not changing anything. I'm not fucking leaving. That's what I said. And then all of a sudden, the game just made it look better. The only complaint about the controls is that you can't map the controls. I really wish that I could change the circle button to the melee button, and the R3 button into the crouch button. It'll make it so much better. But you can't map the controls, I don't think. I need to look again because I have not stared at the game yet, too much. I load into the game. and I'm all like who, what, where, when, and why, and I spin around and I'm like, where's the danger? And the girl is like, the girl named Jade is, um, there's the danger, and the danger is to end up being like a very high cyber psycho, Night of the Phantom something, and I'm like, nope, run away. Run away. I need the best guns for that. Yeah, controls take a while to get used to, but when you think about it, um, when you fiddle around with the controls it yourself and wander about and everything, you'll get really good and all that. Now, I'm going to say something also. The swimming controls and the driving controls and even the drone controls are the best a game has ever published. Basically, the best a game has ever published. Like, like you can have no problems whatsoever. You jump in water and it's so easy to go around. You can dive in water, and at first I was thinking that if I'm a cyborg, I'd probably die in the water. And realized you could jump in the water and be like, what the hell? I also would like to mention that the water is not the best looking water that I've ever seen. The best looking water I've ever seen is actually GTA 5. And yeah, the controls and when it comes to fighting as well is kind of like really easy. Although I wish that when you know, like, same thing, remap controls and make it so you can change the buttons and use it, utilize a more combo kind of streaming thing, playthrough. So when you enter combat mode, instead of mashing the buttons at the top or whatever buttons that you do, it should change that. And basically, you could use the square, triangle, X, circle buttons for a more combatic kind of strict playthrough. What's next? Cars and equipment and everything in between. Like, as soon as you start the game, you have to, like, well, you don't have to, but you have to customize your character to make it so you look the best and everything. Now, one thing I'd like to mention is that each clothing item, from top to bottom, has its own kind of DPS. So if the lower the DPS, the crap it is, and the higher the DPS is, like, really OP. And also, if the clothing will have mods in them, so each mod will have like a different kind of OP or not so OP kind of feature. So look out for that when you're playing this game for the first time. Obviously, character customization is top notch. Like, you could create all sorts of things. I've based my playthrough as Lobo from DC Comics. Although the downside is that I cannot choose a white skin, but I can choose the eyes and I can choose the hairstyle and everything. So I hope you guys noticed that that my character looks like Lobo from DC Comics. Not the short hair one, but the long haired version one. Um, um, and I kind of like the fact that I can create Lobo in Cyberpunk 2077. So each time I play Cyberpunk 2077 is, well, that I'm playing as Lobo, and it's really cool. And I've also like to mention that abilities and gadgets and galore and all that kind of stuff don't come very, very easy to understand at first. But once you get used to it, you're like, wow, you could really do this. So I've made my cyberware exactly like Watch Dogs 2 kind of system, where if I highlight an enemy, I can detonate a grenade, I can short circuit them, I can make them blind, or I can, like mess around with them as well. Um, and it's very, very cool what you can do. But fair warning, you cannot do if you have the best gear, if you're on you, the best cyberware. And once you progress further and you get all the goodies for your cyberware, then you can reach full potential about all of this, like full on potential. And yeah, so gadgets and galore and everything like that don't come very, very easy to find in the game. You have to go around the world in the game and find all these epic gear and legendary gear and all that. And it depends on the DPS. And yeah, weaponry is good. I find the pistols very good. Most of the assault rifles and shotguns, you have to mess around with the recoil and things like that. Same thing. Each weaponry has its own gadgets and galore. It doesn't come like fully OP or anything like that. You have to go around the world and you have to find all these epic and legendary things like that, and it depends on your DPS. And the best part of Cyberpunk 2077 is that you can weld katanas as well, or swords, and blunt weapons and things like that. And for me, that's the best thing in the game. You may have noticed that all my fights that I do in the game are all katana based, not gun based. Weaponry choices. There are a lot of amazing weapons in the game. There are so many amazing weapons in the game. You got the standard assault rifles, you got the standard shotguns, pistols, whatever. Then you've got the smart kind where they lock onto the head or the chest or non-lethal. And then you've got the power kind where if you can charge it up and release a bigger hit on the enemy. Then you've got the smartware where same thing. And yes. Now, few things you need to point out with the weapons of the game and all the gear in the game. Each weapon and gear has its weakness. Depending on your character, it basically means that if you have a really strong recall or like fast reloads and all that, then you can be OP. But which leads me to my next thing I'm going to say is that upgrading. When you are playing Cyberpunk, you have to upgrade your person, your character, to get all the flashy things. Like for example, in one section you've got the technical gear where you can craft and create and things like that. In another, each gear, each skill requires the leveling up, and the more the leveling up, the more fancy things that you get. And yeah, I wasn't a fan of when it comes to the whole Cyberpunk, 2077 um, you know, the whole hype when it all started. I wasn't a fan, and then I saw Keanu Reeves getting involved, and I was like, still not a fan. And then I saw the whole game issues, and I was like, still not a fan. And then I heard that that you can like these things will happen and this will happen and that you can't do. Still not a fan. But a friend of mine, she played it a lot, and it was her that got me into to buying this game. I bought this game for about £20. I'm very lucky to buy it for £20, and best of all, it's the upgrade version as well. So when I buy a PS5 and I log into my PSN details, Cyberpunk 2077 will be waiting for me. And hopefully by the time when I get a PS5, then Cyberpunk 2077 will be much better than today. Few things you don't need to notice. I'm playing through a PS4 500 gigabytes console, the first one. None of this, not the Slim, not the this and that, not the Pro, not anything. And I've noticed that the game is on its last leg of life when it comes to this console. When I was playing Cyberpunk 2077, running, fighting too much enemies, or even like doing a lot of stuff, or not stopping, kills the game properly. And there is a lot of bugs. You people must have heard about. The other thing is that as I was saying, when you're walking again on this PlayStation console, um, don't do that. Trust me, don't do that. My console bricked a few times. Couldn't start it, couldn't even turn it on, couldn't even mess around with it. And then all of a sudden, um, in the middle of the night, my console just came on its own. And I had to report the bug. I reported the bug, and the game and the PS4 was working again. And yes. So that's the console I'm playing on right now. I know my quality streams are not that good of quality. I know you're probably wondering where's the PS5. I've not got a PS5 yet. There's a lot of shit happening in my life right now, and I hope this little first preview, if you ask me, of my thoughts so far of Cyberpunk 2077 gets you to play this game more. Do ignore the rule. Do ignore the chit chat of the game about the game online. Go buy it. Go play it, because you won't be disappointed. And you know something? To all the CD Projekt Red people that made this game and put their effort into it, clap clap, well done. It's a masterpiece. And go play it. I'm playing it. You go play it. Go create yourself. Go create a unique character and make yourself something like that. As you all know, I roleplay a lot. I'm creating my own roleplay storyline, and I'm pretty much being my own version of Stan Lee, creating my own roleplay storyline and characters as well. So I'm pretty much asking, using Cyberpunk 2077 to help me roleplay, and I'm roleplaying as Lobo right now. You might even one day see me roleplaying as Mr. Monty in a different playthrough, but this playthrough is dedicated to me looking like Lobo. I hope you enjoyed this stream. I hope you enjoyed everything that's happening in the game. And yeah, yeah. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. I'll see you guys later tonight for a nice cyberpunk stroll. Thanks for watching. Oh, and by the way, all cyberpunk coverage is going to my YouTube channel. YouTube channel is in my bio, whatever. You know, you can click there or something, or go to my Twitter. Yeah. So if you won't miss a thing. I won't be streaming for a while. Actually, just need to take a break and things like that. And but I will be playing Cyberpunk 2077 offline. However, I won't be uploading any of the footage that's happening between then and now. I'll be basically the next time you see Cyberpunk 2077, I'll probably be in Act 4 or like Act 4 or maybe 5 or something, or how many, something. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. I've got stuff to do in real life and things like that, and yeah, I'll be back soon, and thanks for watching. May the 4th be with you.